Hi, I'm glad you're here. I have had a rebellious spirit pop up over the last few days, and that spirit must be you. I'm not sure why we are crossing paths yet, but it does seem like there's an important reason. And I started this channel to be able to, I think, connect with spirits like you, like me. So until we figure out why we are connecting, I think in the meantime, there are things that I need to share with you from spirit, higher power, the trees, Mother Nature, whoever it is that guides us and like sends messages to our intuition. So, since our little soul community, our soul family, will have more than you and I, some messages may not fully fit for you, and that is okay. Definitely use your intuition to take what is meant for you and leave the rest. But the feeling that I've gotten is that you have always been a very strong spirit that really cannot be quieted or dampened by those around you. And the message I got in particular was that you have rebelled against institutions. So you may have had, especially in your childhood, had adults, parents or teachers, leaders, um, that may have labeled you as rebellious, problematic, opinionated, any number of things, as you have often thought outside of the box. You have asked questions that you may have been told to not ask, and you may have explored things with curiosity and had that received as you challenging the truth or the individuals who are teaching these things to you. For some of you, there was a really strong impression that the rebellion may have happened in the context of organized religion. So I would imagine there's going to be a lot of undertones to these messages that relate to um, the rebellion against either large institutions or just the like general public belief, social norms, things that are the typical for the large groups of people tend to not resonate with you. What is particularly fascinating about you is that while you have been this going against the grain type of person, the person who breaks the status quo in whatever institutions or social circles that you were in, all of this pushback, um, criticism, or even punishment that you've received for being out of the norm did not seem to, excuse me, in the long term, dull your light or discourage you from being the person that you are. While I do want to say I'm sorry that you did not have unconditional love and encouragement and support throughout your life, I want you to know that I'm really proud of you for staying true to yourself as much as you could. I understand that in periods of your life, you've had to put on a mask to protect yourself. Another thing that I found especially interesting about you is that you have, I was going to use the phrase taken beatings. Uh, and I think for some of you, that's literal, unfortunately. Um, well, some of you have had some backlash and a lot of difficulty. You were and still are this person who naturally leans towards people to protect them, to connect with them, to make them feel seen, and make them feel like they belong. I'm not actually sure how much of this you have been conscious of, but I do believe that as I say those things, they will resonate with you because they have been true. And I feel incredibly honored to be seeing you in in this light, in this truth of yours. You have such a powerful energy that it is almost intimidating that you have been able to remain strong, steadfast in the most difficult. I really wanted to say hellstorm. I hope that's okay to say on the internet. I have no idea what the rules are here. um, and I have not said hellstorm, I think, ever in my life. So that must resonate with you or somebody in our little soul family here because you have gone against the grain. You have stayed true to yourself. You likely have often felt a bit lonely or just not really quite belonging anywhere. Um, Not just in the physical sense of a location, but in social groups. So I am feeling incredibly honored to be creating a safe place, a social group, a soul community, a soul family to provide a place for special souls like you to feel seen, to feel like you belong somewhere, and to have you and your light reflected back to you, to have somebody that is showing how the parts of you that have been rejected have actually been gifts and are such special and rare gifts that will literally change the world. Well, you are a bright light, a sun walking this earth. Behind that, you may not feel like the incredibly rare and special person that you are. There may be a lot of self doubt because of this constant rejection and difficulty that has come from being a person who goes against the grain. This self doubt has spread over into doubting your intuition because of much of the ways that people have treated you and the rules and expectations that have come from these institutions or social groups that you were a part of growing up. So, my first encouragement here is to spend some time reflecting in stillness as much as you're able to. And I understand at first that can be in short spurts, even just a few minutes to like allow your nervous system to slow down and allow your intuition to be able to communicate with you and really take steps on the things that your intuition communicates to you, to start building that trust in yourself and your intuition and your decision making. And I'm feeling a need to reassure you that some of the messages that your intuition will communicate with you might not make sense at first. And that's okay. And that's normal. And oftentimes we are given direction one step at a time. So we won't have the big picture yet, but it will become clearer over time as we take those steps and practice trusting our intuition and trusting ourselves and building that confidence. As you act on your intuition, there will most likely be a lot of hesitation, especially at times when you are making a decision that has you stepping outside of your comfort zone or has you walking away from relationships, including long-standing relationships in your life. Just know that this is normal. And of course, you always have your agency and you can choose to follow your intuition or not. I think that is some of the beauty of leaving social communities or big institutions um, after your childhood is that there's a lot of exploration and experimentation that happens. So, my encouragement here is to explore and experiment and just see what happens when you follow your intuition and really notice how you feel. That seems to be like the biggest overlying message in the majority of messages that I have been receiving for this little soul family is that how you feel will tell you so much. There's so much information in that. And you'll notice when you are at peace uh, and you feel grounded, you'll notice when the energy shifts and paying attention to what those things are communicating to you and recognizing that the feelings that will come up, like this hesitation or resistance or sadness, if you're letting go of things, um, and grief, these feelings are so true and valid. Um, and you're not alone in those things. And also, they do not discount the truth that comes from your intuition. So take of that what you will, whether that be you want to act on the truth of your intuition, or if you want to step away from that and decide to not follow your intuition, that is okay. You have that agency. But I do think as you experiment through this phase of following your intuition, I do believe that you will be quite surprised at the things that you learn through this period of exploring your intuition and staying attuned to how you feel. I also encourage you to stay attuned to what your body communicates to you. There will be more awareness around different emotional experiences and physical experiences. And there is a very good chance that because you are such a strong spirit and have been through so much, you are accustomed to powering through many things, and may even at times been expected or out of survival required to overextend yourself. So, in the spirit of this message with stillness, um, just notice the times that you are meant to rest. Um, you'll notice that the majority of the time uh, will be like a baseline that may have some tiredness or even brain fog that comes with it. Uh, but generally, you're able to maintain, and there's a smaller percentage of the time. And mind you, this is when we're not in survival mode. It's when we're in thriving mode. There's a smaller percentage of time where you may still have brain fog or will have that mental clarity, but your body will be tired. Um, while you may be a person who is accustomed to powering through those moments, especially if you have that clarity, I encourage you to sit with that for a moment and consider whether it is a time that you need rest or it is a time to continue forward. And this is another area where you can do your experimenting. I understand you're rebellious. You're going to do what you want to do. So I'm not discouraging that, and I'm not telling you what to do. So my encouragement is always just to experiment and see what happens. So experiment with listening to your body when it's communicating to rest and see what happens, and just notice. Oftentimes when we disregard our body's signals of needing rest or care, they will just get louder. So just start noticing those things and seeing what you learn from them. And in this period of time, remember that you are not alone. Even if you may be physically alone, you do have a very big spiritual family who loves and cares for you. Some of them may be here on this earth, and some may be wherever spirits go after this life, that are watching over you. And you also have this soul family. So I encourage you to drop anything in the comments that resonated with you, that maybe you want more clarity on, that I'm happy to dive into deeper, or anything that you're needing, that encouragement, comfort, support, love. Um, because I do believe that is a big part of my higher purpose, is to take care of this soul family. And I feel incredibly honored and grateful to be doing that. And I'm really glad that you're a part of this soul family. I'm going to send you off with some love, and I will talk to you again soon.